Hey everybody, welcome to Alliance War number 5 versus 2FTML, I think that's their name. Yeah, so we haven't played these guys, I don't think, 2LTFM, sorry about that, guys. We have never played against these guys, at least I haven't in any of my old Alliance Wars. I would have recognized that name, I think. Yeah, so I only have 4 fights in this entire war, actually, and the first one is against a Winter Soldier. So we've all had plenty of practice versus Winter Soldier, and this is also on a diversity node. It does have an enhanced special too. I can see, you know, if you're gonna place a diversity defender, you better place it on one that if the opponent does slip up, they're almost guaranteed to die. And I think that this is probably a good node, just because if you do get hit by that Winter Soldier special too, that is that's something. That's a lot. there's a lot of damage coming your way with the bleed and everything. So I get him down, of course, and we move on to the path, right? So the path 8 is really just a series of 3 nodes. You may or may not have to fight a mini boss. Everything before path 8 starts is mostly diversity. So it's one of the easier paths on the map, but yeah, I'm not making it look easy. Which maybe I should, you know, I need to get a little better. So I'm currently in practice mode in this tier 1 and Alliance War. They're definitely a big step up from what I'm used to. So I'm boosting, I'm doing what I can. I actually even go ahead and buy with some units a health boost there. I don't think that's a waste of units. It's a pretty good investment there to have the extra health. And I go ahead and try and tackle these 3 mutants. So we weren't quite sure, planning ahead, who I was going to see here. There was a lot of potential options. We thought it could potentially be Bishop there, and then somebody else, maybe like a Nightcrawler in this node, but it turns out it's a Psylocke. So not too worried about this. She is bleed immune, but she has double edge. So I thought it was kind of an interesting that the opponent is running suicides. That's not good, especially in this high tier Alliance War. You don't want to be running suicides on your defenders, because every defender kill counts by a lot. So I'm just building up the poise charges, and this is going to be a very short fight because I was able to build up these poise charges. So just another 5 hits and it's down. I don't even get to throw my special. So we move on to node 39, which is quite a challenging node. This is the biohazard node, and so the reason it's challenging is that the person that your opponent places on this node can have a huge bearing on who you bring and what your fight strategy is going to be. Now, I've had a couple bishops on this node already, and so this time I pop an invulnerability boost, which is actually a good call. It's mostly for the following fight as well, but there's Limber, you know, so you never know. But I get a Nightcrawler this time. So that was actually pretty good, considering that I have the class advantage, and I can switch this guy's stance usually. So I have to try and do that. So he's not really cooperating yet, but I'm going to try. So I try for the light attack. It doesn't really work. I try and go a little aggressive. I try and throw that light attack again. It's not really working. I'm just being a little cautious here, throwing random light attacks, seeing if I can get him to do his thing. I'm not trying to do 5-hit combos. And finally, pretty soon here, he goes back. Yep, I got him that time. So he ended up switching, and now this is my fight. So I did use a few parries there, and that's definitely going to be, you know, those are going to be going away pretty soon because of the whole Limber on this node. But yeah, with baiting out his specials, I should be able to keep this fight under control. So I've decided to not power drain him anymore, because that may or may not have been my last parry. We're getting close either way, and I'll just bait the special one, and that should be enough combos to get me the rest of the way. So once I can't get him over a power bar threshold, I will use the special 3 that I've saved up. So he's got probably one more 5-hit combo after a baiting special, and this guy is going to be taking the special 3. So right there, it looks like I didn't quite get to the 5-hit to the power threshold, so I'll just throw this, get some damage in, and hopefully kill him. But yeah, it looks like, you know, his special 3 is not meant for damage. It actually power drains a little bit, and but he throws a double medium, which is okay, and I get the last 5-hit combo for the kill there. So not a bad fight. You know, the vulnerability boost was not needed, luckily, but you never can be too sure, you know, and this was definitely a must-win for us, considering I think we had a little bit of an advantage of these guys rating-wise, so the drop would have been pretty bad. Anyway, this is the flare node, and it turns out it's a saber-tooth. That could have been a bishop, but I was pretty sure going in that it was going to be a saber-tooth, so I decided to build up some poise charges. But after seeing how much damage my first hit did, I just went for it. And I think I really got to do that moving forward. I think I really cannot focus on building poise charges on that node unless it's somebody like you know, Green Goblin, who maybe requires a little poise to be built up to out damage the heal that he's got. But yeah, that was it for that war, guys. We ended up winning the war. And yeah, it was a good win for us. We're pretty happy. I got no deaths, just 4 kills and no deaths, but I'll be happy with that. I actually do take a death, I think, in the next war. It's pretty brutal, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, man, at this stage we are just so trying our best not to die, and using all the potions and boosts that we can. And sometimes you just make poor decisions and it just doesn't go your way. So you'll see a little bit of that next war. It wasn't a terrible war for me, but I pretty much got benched after the death and didn't have. So it was another short war fights wise for me. I just had the maybe 4 or 5 fights. So you know, my personal goal will be to get a handle on this path 8. I want to be able to get this done 100%, no deaths every single time, and I just gotta get a little bit of practice, I think, and I'll get there. It's definitely fun competing at this high level. But yeah, it definitely takes a toll. I have mad respect for the people who do this consistently and you know, every single week, you know, and managing, you know, regular lives and stuff. So it's definitely something. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for this short one here. We'll see you soon in the next one, and I've got some interesting stuff coming out in between the war videos. So stay tuned for all that. It should be a good time. Yeah, take care.